Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I released my game, SCP Pale Weaver, on Steam on July 1st. It has now been exactly 1 week since launch. So, how did the game perform? Let's take a look. Alright, as you can see here, the game generated $159 in gross revenue, and my estimated net revenue was around $94. The game has received 5 reviews so far, 4 positive reviews and 1 negative review. To be honest, from a commercial perspective, this is not a good result. You could even say it is a very bad result. But how do I personally feel about it? Honestly, I still think the whole experience was pretty interesting. I created a product during my spare time. I took it from a simple idea, through development and promotion, all the way to an actual Steam release. Turning an idea into a finished game that other people can download, play, and share is still something that gives me a strong sense of accomplishment. So, for those of you who only wanted to see the sales numbers, you can close the video now, because the rest of this video is mostly going to be me rambling as an indie game developer and sharing some of the things I learned during this project. I worked on this game, on and off, for around 1 year. Most days I spent about 1 or 2 hours developing it after work. I usually had more time to work on it during the weekends. I opened the Steam store page around February this year, and shortly afterward, I released a playable demo. My original idea was to combine several things that I personally enjoyed. I wanted to use the mysterious creatures and mechanics of the SCP universe, the movement and physics of a game I played when I was younger called Plasma Burst, and some inspiration from Carrion. I wanted to see whether I could combine these ideas and create an enjoyable game. I wanted mysterious SCP-inspired abilities, a 2D ragdoll system, destructible body parts, dismemberment effects, and a bullet time mechanic. Eventually, I managed to put all of these things into the game. Maybe they were not combined perfectly. Some of the abilities and mechanics might not even be useful in most situations, but I still really enjoyed using them. For example, activating bullet time and crushing the heads of several enemies one by one is surprisingly relaxing. So, overall, the game managed to include almost everything I originally imagined. Personally, I think the game is fun. However, it is also very clear that its commercial performance has not been successful. To be fair, I had already expected this to some extent. During Steam Next Fest, the game's wishlist count increased from around 540 to a little over 900. That means it gained a little more than 300 wishlists during the event. I had heard that the median number of wishlists gained during Steam Next Fest was around 800. So, by that standard, my game did not reach the average level. I think the quality of the game itself was probably one of the main reasons. Still, I feel that I did almost everything I was personally capable of doing. I tried to improve the user interface. I worked on the art and visual presentation. I also tried my best to promote the game. However, most of my promotional videos received only a few views. When the game was finally released, it had a little over 1,000 wishlists. That was still very far away from the 7,000 or more wishlists that some publishers recommend having before launch. Originally, I hoped that this game could provide me with some additional income outside of my regular job. But it seems that achieving that goal through indie game development is extremely difficult. Looking back, I think there were 3 main reasons why the game failed commercially. First, the overall quality of the game did not meet the expectations of many players. Second, I did not organize a large enough testing phase. Most of the testing was done by myself, so several problems reported by players after release were issues that I had never noticed during development. Third, the game had almost no effective marketing. I uploaded many promotional videos, but most of them received single-digit view counts. Still, I love making games. For me, game development is an interesting and relaxing process. I genuinely enjoyed almost every second I spent working on this project. But when it comes to making enough money from indie games to support yourself financially, my honest opinion is this: you would probably earn more money working at a fast food restaurant. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who followed the project, tried the demo, bought the game, left a review, or simply watched one of my videos. I hope you all have a happy life. Take care, everyone.